Hey, how y'all doing, baby? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's hump day, baby. We're halfway through this week. There's a little bit sweeter around town because, Bendejo is out of the country. He's on a jet. He's on Air Force One. He's on his way over to Japan, baby. He's going to the G20 summit. So he gets to go meet with all the other world leaders. Don't worry, his daddy Putin's going to be there to hold his hand and give him further instructions on how to destroy our country. I'm sure it will be a private meeting and nobody will know what the hell is said. But yep, Donnie's out of the country. Anyway, I got some mail. I got some really super secret mail. It came from Malakoff, Texas, and it's a book, baby. And it's a book. It came from a gentleman called Lone Wolf. He is on our evening Blue Dot meetings there on Tuesday and Thursday. He goes by the name Lone Wolf. I don't know his real name, but he gave me a hint, and he said his name is in this book, and how appropriate that the book is called Our Mission Revealed, the True Story and History of the Top Secret Air Force Special Projects Production Facility. These guys are the ones that developed the technology to take a picture on a fly's ass while flying a U-2 over the top of Russia over there. So it was very top secret back in its day. And I don't know who Lone Wolf is, but he said his name was on page 207. Well, page 207 has about, I don't know, I'd say about 20 names on there. So he is one of those 20 people who worked on secret, very top secret development projects for the Air Force, and I can't wait to meet him. He will be in San Antonio at the Blue Dot family meeting on July 20th at Rudy's Barbecue on I-35 in Northeast San Antonio. If you get a chance, swing by. We'd love to see you, and I'm really looking forward to it. But Donnie is out of, I can't wait to find out. I've been flipping through that thing. It's all about super secret stuff. So naturally, Lone Wolf would feel comfortable in the deep state, super secret, secret society, Blue Dot family chapter, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm so looking forward to meeting everybody. Anyway, Donnie's out of town, going to the G20, and he gets to meet with other world leaders over there to try to see what else he can screw up around the world. I'm sure that's what his intentions are. But before he walked out the door, before he got on the helicopter there to go to Air Force One, well, he gave off the old song and dance about no obstruction, no collusion. It's a witch hunt. He doesn't know when it's gonna end. When is it gonna end ever? It's gonna end, Donnie, when we get your ass out of our house, you lying piece of shit. That's when it'll end, Donnie, is when we impeach you, when we remove you from our house, whether it be through impeachment or through the vote. We want your disgusting ass out of the house. And he's all upset because he's saying that because he's got to, because Mueller's going to come testify in front of the House Judiciary and the Intel Committee on July 17th, and it is going to be a public hearing. And that's what needs to be done. If you have not seen the video, Investigation 10 Acts, please, I ask you to go watch it. You can find it on lawworksaction.org, lawworksaction.org, or just look up Investigation in 10 Acts, and it is absolute perfect reading of the Mueller report, the 10 acts of obstruction of justice that Donnie committed, and a little bit of collusion thrown in there to let you know exactly what kind of shit Donnie was trying to pull with the Russians at the time. And it's very informative, and because it has to be public. He has to come and state this has to be because of things like 10 acts. And Mueller coming into a public forum to talk about it, it throws it in the news. It puts it out there on TV. Remember, Donnie gets his no collusion and no obstruction from Robert Barr, from William Barr. When Barr came out and said, I'm going to conclude that there's no obstruction, no collusion, no nothing. Donnie's a perfect guy. And by the way, his weight is perfect. I think he said something about that. And comes out and admonishes Donnie for anything he did until before the Mueller report came out, and then banking on the idea that people won't read it and it'll just go by the wayside and go away. But because of activism, like those major stars who read the Mueller report, parts of the 10 acts of obstruction, and puts that in the public view along with the public hearings, that's what has to happen. Nancy Pelosi said that she wants to wait until the public backing and its bipartisan support for an impeachment hearing. That's what she said. Well, we need to give her that. And we do that by having people like Barr testify in front of Congress in open hearings. We get the public involved. That's what has to happen before we can get rid of his ass. Everybody. That's how come it's all so important that we get involved in politics right now, because it determines how our country's going to go, baby. And we're watching how it goes now. We're seeing what happens under this deranged asshole that's in our house, and as he spreads his shit around. But we have to be vigilant because of 2020. Because as long as Mitch McConnell and this kind of shit, until the public awareness gets loud enough, there is no legislation protecting the 2020 elections. Nothing that the Senate has passed that would protect the voting procedures in our states and where you vote. And until the public has an outcry over this shit, nothing's going to happen. So we need that public outcry. We need Mueller to testify in public. And we have to force them to protect the vote, baby, because they're not going to do it. They're all up. The Republicans are all up for cheating any way they can, and the Russian help would just be a star on the window. Anyway, how our country's being run. This shit that Donnie has created on the border, and have no mistake about it, Donnie the Dick has created this mass chaos on our border. He has created the inhumane treatment on the border. He has created the deaths on our border by going all out immigrant crazy and going nuts with describing them and threatening to close down the United States and putting up a wall and everything, threatening people who just have a dream and who things are so bad in their home country they've had to flee for many reasons, and they're looking for here because things in their home country aren't good, baby. Donnie's cut off any aid that we gave to him, so really make it good and rough for him down there. That'll help, Donnie. Oscar Alberto Martinez and Angie Valera, his daughter, who was 23 months old, are the ones in that photograph that's going around on the news right now who drowned in the Rio Grande River. They were from San Martin, El Salvador. And the grandmother was speaking about their dream to come to America. That their biggest dream was to own a house. A simple little dream to own a house. Every American has that dream. Many of our own citizens don't realize that dream because of the situation they're in or the situation our country is in. So it's a universal thought just to have a home, someplace you can call yours. This is mine, baby. This house, this is why I fight all the time for it. It means everything to me. I lose this, I lose everything. So I can't lose my house. And people fight for this dream, for their little piece of the American dream that was spread all across America, all across the world, and preached upon. And they applied for asylum, but they were waiting in Matamoros, Mexico, up down here by Brownsville. Temperature's over 110 degrees, and I can verify that's true, baby, because it's been hot as hell down here, baby. Muy caliente estos días, every day, baby. In a place where there was hunger and overcrowding, and he decided that he couldn't wait anymore. His family wanted that dream so bad, he decided to cross the river, and he did. He took his 2-year-old daughter and swam across that river and made it, baby. But he left the little 2-year-old there on that side, on the American side. Wait for Daddy. Wait for Papa. I've got to go help Mama. And he did. He had to swim back across to go help his wife across the river. But when he did that, the little 2-year-old got scared. 23 months old, jumped into the Rio Grande River to follow her daddy. And her daddy turned around. Oscar turned around to save his daughter. And in the process, his wife watched them both drown. Chasing a dream so many of us, so many before us, throughout our history, chased. It's what built this country, was chasing that dream. And it cost them their life. And like many before them, it cost their lives. We have to make it better. It's on our sign on the gate, baby. give as your poor huddled masses yearning to be free. That's what we project. Yes, we want to be humane. We want to be a benevolent nation. But it has to take all of us, and it has to take our lawmakers to fix this mess, to repair the damage that this man has done. Continue the aid down to Central America and try to make it better down there so they have a better life and aren't forced to have to flee north. There's a lot of things we can do that we're not doing, baby. And the end result is Oscar and Angie in the river, and so many more before them, from so many different places, just searching for one thing. And there are many in this country who want to stand in their way and defy them. That right. That dream. I don't know. It's going to take involvement, baby. It's going to take involvement from all. I was proud to see the employees of Wayfair step up. Wayfair sold a big bunch of beds to Border Protection, to Homeland Security for migrant beds to put in these detention camps. And the Wayfair employees didn't like that the company was benefiting off of the backs of migrants suffering in detention camps. So they walked out, baby. They walked out, and the company agreed to take all the profits of that money, all that business, and donate it to the migrants coming into this country, to donate it for the programs needed to support those people. That's public involvement, baby. Those are employees changing a company. And I'm proud to see that, baby. More people in this country stand up to the values that we hold dear. Things would get a whole lot different real fast, because the people hold the power. Ultimately, the people hold the power with your wallet, with your mouth, with your vote. With everything you've got the power to change this, but we can only do it together. One voice, $1, one single move isn't going to make it. It takes a combined effort, and that's why we all are so important to be involved in this and to be informed, to do that. Anyway, Megan Rapinoe. I never knew her name, but she's on the women's soccer team. I've been watching that lately because actually I didn't know I liked soccer before, but after sitting down and watching it over Maestro's house. Oh, by the way, the mystery guy here, Lone Wolf, included a donation in his thing, half for me and half for Maestro. And I already did that, Lone Wolf. I went to see Maestro today and told him, hey, the guy sends his blessings and send a donation for his van that he's going to get to drive someday. And so that we appreciate that. But anyway, Megan Ray, she's on the women's soccer team, and they've been hot not only for being soccer players, but for the dispute going on between the disparity between what we pay the men's soccer team and what we pay the women's soccer team, who is all on hot and fire. They're doing all the good shit, but they're not getting paid equally as the men gets paid. So that's why that's in the news. But Megan was asked, well, you know, if you win, are you going to go to the White House? And she said, I'm not going to the effing White House. That's what she said, and it got Donnie all pissed off. Well, maybe I won't invite you, but the rest of them can come. Hamburgers and pizza, baby, and fries have been sitting on the table for 3-4 hours waiting on your ass, but don't worry about it. They're fine. Just dig in. They come from McDonald's. Anyway, I thought it was something, and it speaks to sports people, sports fans, and others that excel in a certain area that don't really want to visit the White House because of who's in it. It's a degrading thought. That's how deep this shit goes. People don't want to go see a lion-ass con man and be proud about it and go get a hamburger that was made 7-8 hours ago to get it there in time. Nobody wants to do that shit. Anyway, Paul Manafort's being arraigned in New York City on Thursday on state fraud charges. Stay tuned. The story's going to continue. That's a state charge. Donnie can't bail him out on that one, baby. He's getting arraigned for fraud charges. So that picks up tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Tonight is the big debate, baby. The first Democratic debate goes on. One tonight, one tomorrow night. I urge you to watch them. I urge you to pay attention, listen to what everybody has to say. This is their big shot, baby. There's 20 of them. They've got to make their move tonight. They've got to stand out. So they're going to highlight their best tonight, baby. So be involved and pay attention. And it should be a great debate. I'm going to be watching it for sure. And tomorrow night, I don't know what we'll do. It's going to be live. So we go live tomorrow on the Blue Dot Family Meeting. We'll figure out something. Pay attention to it maybe while we're on the air or something. But we'll be there for tomorrow's. Oh man, I got to boy howdy shit. See what happens when I had a beer. Luckily, it was in the zip top. I think either Karen Cormier or Carolee Batson sent me this, if I'm not mistaken. I know it came from Maine. Anyway, it's got my beer in it. I had to open it during the opening with my San Antonio beer opener there. Dos Equis, uno más cerveza, baby. I meant to do that at the beginning of the show, but I messed up and I get my mouth overloaded and I start doing things before I know what I'm doing. But anyway, I brought it down here and I don't want it to go to waste, so hey, I'm doing the right thing, baby. Always try to do the right thing, but do the thing right. That's the thing you got to do. I want to thank everybody for the books, for the trinkets, for the donations, for the PayPal, for the Patreon, all the support that this family gives me, and I'm so proud of. I appreciate every one of you so much. And like I said, it keeps us going. It keeps the bills paid, pays the electric bill, pays all that stuff. Never mind, spitter. And you're in our hearts for doing so. But we appreciate tremendously. And baby, it's coming down. There's so much on the line now. You know, I try to come out here and do my spill, do my thing. But the main attempt is to try to get everybody to pay attention to what's going on. Hey, baby, look what's going on all over the place. And keep your eyes open. Keep your mind and your heart open. Because there's a lot of fixing that has to be done, and we're the ones that have to do it, baby. So stay into it. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. John Brideveau, Blue Dot in Texas on Facebook. On YouTube. John Brideveau on Facebook. John Brideveau Speaks Blue Dot Family on Facebook. Go by there and join the family. Say hello and get into the conversation. At Blue Dot in Texas on Twitter. Out my truck window in San Antonio on July 20th. And anywhere else we can get the message going. Pay attention to those others that are out there using their voice and trying to spread the same message. Give them the support that you show me and tell them we're all in this together, baby. We're all shooting for the same thing. So let's keep doing that. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.